Let's, of course, start with what's happening in the United States, where the infamous Friday showdown between the American and the Ukrainian leadership at the Oval Office is still bearing repercussions for Ukraine. A top U.S. official said that Donald Trump has in fact suspended military aid to Ukraine. The development comes as a major setback for Kiev just days after both Donald Trump and his number two, J.D. Vance, had doubled down on Volodymyr Zelensky in a very public spat. Now, according to reports, Donald Trump's decision has come after the American president slammed his Ukrainian counterpart for saying that a deal to end the war with Russia was still very far away. Now, Trump has called Zelensky's assertion the worst statement to have been made by him. Now, the American president has warned that he will not put up much longer with Zelensky's stance on the Ukraine war.
I want to see it end fast. I don't want to see this go on for years and years. Now, President Zelensky supposedly made a statement today in AP. I'm not a big fan of AP, so maybe it was an incorrect statement, but he said he thinks the war's going to go on for a long time. And he better not be right about that. That's all I'm saying.
However, the U.S. president later downplayed the reports of halting military aid, saying that it has not been talked about yet. But Trump also went on to state that given the pace of the developments could, of course, render his statement obsolete, effectively indicating that the decision is not set in stone.
Have you decided if you're going to suspend military aid to Ukraine? Have you made that decision?
Well, I haven't even talked about that right now. I mean, right now, we'll see what happens. A lot of things are happening right now as we speak. I mean, literally as we speak. I could give you an answer and go back to my office, the beautiful Oval Office. I could go back into the Oval Office and find out that the answer is obsolete.
Now, the Ukraine-US relationship, remember, has taken a turn for the worse on Friday last week after both Donald Trump and J.D. Vance accused Volodymyr Zelensky of not being grateful enough for America's billions and billions of dollars of support and making it difficult to reach an agreement. Now, the peace negotiations with Russia that Donald Trump had fast-tracked upon returning to presidency has a direct American interest. Now, Donald Trump had offered Volodymyr Zelensky a deal for access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals. In return, the Ukrainian president put forth a demand that U.S. guarantees Ukraine's security, effectively ensuring that Russia does not invade it again. Now, Trump has so far refused to underwrite this guarantee, making it a serious point of contention for Kiev and also a primary factor behind the unprecedented exchange that took place between the presidents of the two nations. However, Ukraine's prime minister has now addressed a press conference saying that his country is actually ready to make a deal with the United States, but made no mention of security guarantees.
We, I repeat, are thankful to the Americans, to the American nation. We are ready to sign the deal that is prepared about the creation of the investment fund to start working with the U.S. on an absolutely pragmatic economic base.
The soured ties have paved the way for Russia to double down on Ukraine, effectively blaming the war-torn country for not wanting peace 3 years since Moscow invaded it. The Kremlin has also hailed Washington's decision to halt military aid to Kiev. So let's also now listen to how the Ukrainians have reacted to the developments following Friday's showdown at the Oval Office.
I wanted to say that, dear people, these are not cards. Look, the flower of the nation is lying in the land, and you keep saying that you are in the wrong position. There is no need to humiliate us. We will still defend our right to exist to the end.
Yes, it is betrayal. Let's call it the way it is. Unfortunately, history repeats itself. It is not the first time the United States acts like that, but let's hope that American civil society and elites of the European Union will not leave us alone.
It was predictable because Trump is crazy. I knew it from the very beginning. I am not particularly scared about it because it was predictable. We will sort it out somehow. It will be fine. It will be Ukraine.
Probably some help from Europe, from the European Union. I think a dialogue between the President's office and Donald Trump's administration will solve this issue sooner or later. There will probably be a pause, but then it will be sorted somehow.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.